It took some time, but I've escaped the factory and made my way back to Vampire Survivors, because although I did 100% the game, they've added more stuff, so I've got to do it, right? And I did in fact do some of that on stream. However, the one secret that I was trying to get, I wasn't able to do. People did tell me how to do it, however, so let's start up by picking, Red Death, the fastest character that I have here, although Trouser's getting kind of close, mostly because I was using him to grind out some money. You can see he's got 680 golden eggs right now. I also gave quite a few to Peppino and Cosmo, just because I wanted them to be as powerful as possible, though I used Peppino quite a bit in the last stream. Maybe save the money for something else. After all, I don't know if I'm going to be getting any extra like power-ups or anything to throw some cash into. Right now, I've gotten everything possible, including the seal, which is interesting. But I like having the huge variety of different different items, so I'm not going to use those for right now. Maybe as I start getting some new stuff, I'll seal some things just so I can see them more often. But for right now, let's go here. Tiny Bridge. In fact, not even just Tiny Bridge. Let's also throw on Hurry mode just to be sure that, get there as fast as possible. All right. So I know that previously I went to the left. That was not correct. You want to go to the right, of course, because it's a 50-50 chance and I still got it wrong. Well, anyway, what to do. Beginning probably, that strikes me as a decent one to start with. After all, I'm not really planning to be in here for too long. Oh, yeah. Of course, Death is clearly... Let's re-roll this. What else we got? Death is clearly going to work pretty well for this particular area. But I got a victory sword here, right here too. Why not? Make this nice and easy. Knife feels like something that's gonna work out pretty well on the Tiny Bridge as well. Okay. I think I'll be fine. Yeah, I think I'll be fine here. And all right. Enough messing around. We do have actual DLC stuff to be doing here. But yeah, go directly to the right, and I should be able to find what I'm looking for pretty quickly. Yes, as it turns out, the Acolytes of Death, no match for Death himself. Gautiamari with the cats falling in the background. It's been some time, hasn't it? Okay, maybe I do want to, be at least a little bit cautious. All right. I'll just... Since I did quite a bit of the Tiny Bridge last time, I'll just make a cut here until I find the thing that I'm looking for. There we go. There he is. The man of the hour. Yeah, well, at least I assume that this is the guy because, come on, look at him. Okay, well, I'm guessing that much like the other various... secret characters, all I need to do is just beat this guy, so I could probably just run directly into him because even though I am gonna die, I do have plenty of I don't have any more revives. Don't I have 3 revives on this character? Okay, well, let me go do that one again. The victory sword does damage, and I thought I would be able to tank my way through it. Oh yeah, no, I thought I had 3 or something of those. Dang. Okay, and we're back here. This time I brought out the big guns. Oh, and there we go. Pretty big guns indeed. The shopkeeper who was able to, who was able to take them out pretty quickly, it seems. Scaraggioni. Well, I guess this is who I'm going to be taking into the DLC then, since I'm fairly certain I've used every one of the other characters. Although I don't really remember. Did I end up using the ghosts that only have a single hit point or something? Well, depends on how difficult the DLC is going to be, I suppose. I don't know, secrets, right? Yep. All right. Sometimes they make DLCs or sequels or something for the people that are really stuck with the series, something for the true experts of the game. Hidden lightning ring every 8 levels. Also fires when losing health. All right. Well, That's interesting. Let's see what we got. So, DLC add new area here, as well as a bunch of new items and everything, which I'm sure I'm going to be unlocking very quickly after starting this up. And Mount Moonspell, ancestral home of a fallen clan, now overrun by yokai and oni. In this world where the sun doesn't shine, the night is victorious. This sort of place where we might be able to find a vampire? No, never. It's like, look, there's no way. There's no way I'm going to find a vampire in here. If I find a vampire in here, I don't know. I will actually go play Silk Song when it comes out. And that's a guarantee. Anyway, interruptions out of the way. What are we looking at here? Well, I did have Divine Bloodline previously, which does synergize with the Thunder Ring, giving me a lot of extra health, potentially. And I am not working with a character that has 600 golden eggs this time, so maybe this is worth taking. And of course, if I really want to cheese it, I'll just go take Mad Groove. Oh, which will give me a new item. Wait, I saw that. I saw this in the achievements. Knight Sword. Oh, there's also Duplicator Ring there too, so there's my synergy already worked out. Provided that even it said it's a hidden ring, so I don't know. But yeah, I mean, there's also plenty of other things to be choosing here as well. Ooh, Out of Bounds. Usually a good source of DPS as it is, and now it's got even more things that it works with. Well, that's for later though. It's Divine Bloodline feels like the right choice, so let's just take that. Oh yes, I'm also gonna have to go get the coffin in here as well at some point in time. All right, garlic. I mean, if I'm gonna have enemies hitting me, they're probably gonna be pretty close at the beginning. These wait a second, ghosts. I'm just realizing right now, we've already established in this game that ghosts do not exist, and that any ghosts that you see are not real, merely a trick of the light or whatever. Why are they the first ones that I'm meeting in the DLC here? Whatever. Okay. What am I doing? What am I doing? I already got Empty Tome, so maybe try to go for the magic wand. Maybe try to... I'm sort of feeling... This character already not moving nearly as fast. I know, it doesn't have 600 golden eggs, but still, that might also... Oh, take a regular lightning ring, too? Sure, why not? If the duplicator ring does not actually work with the hidden ones that I have, then they will certainly work with the normal one that I have. One of those ones that's a little bit... And armor if I'm already using Divine Bloodline, of course. This should give me a ton of extra health. Yeah, like Death started out with 400 or so. Seems like a good idea. Also, hey, what do you got here real quick? I mean, I could get some of the golden eggs, of course, but also... nothing else here really catching me in terms of like, it would be very good in this area in particular. I mean, although I'm not really seeing... Oh, I think that was me getting another... It looked like I just got another Thunder Ring. I'm not quite sure. Well, anyway, it seems like I'm doing all right for now. Maybe even take one more garlic here. First, I'm going to try to start making my way towards some of the items. Let's see what happens. Because every one of these areas, they got their own gimmicks. They got like, you remember like the mine carts and whatnot in the factory. Oh, it just took like a little bit of damage there, but even just a fraction of a second of getting hit by one of the elites. Well, yeah, I'm kind of looking... Oh, is it just cliffs? Is it that it's a lot more difficult to move around in this area? Which is interesting. It's not like Bone Zone. Yeah, I can actually sit right here. Probably be able to take out most enemies trivially. At least to begin. I mean, even if I do get touched by some enemies, I do get extra... Mostly worried about the elites. I do get extra health eventually doing that. All right. This ain't too bad. But yeah, I think like immediately, let's see if I can't find my way up that cliff there. Go and get the sword. Or, I mean, let's see. Yeah, it's about equal distance, equidistant between each other here. Oh, what's this? All right, I mean, no surprise here. Okay. Yeah, it seems like enemies are also having sort of a hard time moving around here too, so I guess I'm gonna be thankful for that. All right, do I want to grab that one immediately? Oh, no, that was not an attract or like item. That was just a random one of those power-ups on the ground. Well, this is like, wow. You know, as far as like areas go, this is like an entire, sure. This is like an entire like place. It's not just a big open field. All right then, this might be a little bit more difficult, but at the same time, it also does give me the ability to you know, dodge around enemies that much better, which means maybe taking out the 1 HP or like 7 HP I think Smith 4 is, make that try to work. Oh, do we got unique characters in here? No, it's a Tsuchinoko, I think. Everybody's favorite fat snake cryptid. All right, well, this seems to be where I want to go if I'm trying to look for the actual coffin itself. Enemies, at least for the time being, still getting taken down pretty quick. So, obviously that is not going to last more than like 1 more minute, but I'm just going to be... All right. Yeah, it looks like it's inside. Got it. Indoors in Vampire Survivors. Can you believe it? Oh, Vampire Survivors. What a goofy game still. It's just like, I do love that this game just really took off. It's so ridiculous to think that something... Wow, is it 3 now? Okay. It's really ridiculous to think that something so... It's such a simple concept and yet executed so well. That's the entire thing, right? Where it's like, sometimes you just hit on an idea that it's like you never really knew that everybody would want, and yet somehow it worked out anyway. Something about this, very simple gameplay loop. It's like, is just incredible, isn't it? I said a bunch of times in the original series, it's just like, yeah, best bang for your buck. $5 game here. It's like $4 game, right? It's not even. Okay. Well, we're already starting to get into the point where enemies are not just going down in a fraction of a second as soon as they get near me, especially. So, maybe want to start being at least slightly more cautious than I've been being. What do we got? And Magic Wand is one of those things where usually don't end up taking it, you know, single projectiles and everything versus something that can hit all around you, or at least in a very large area. Oh, well, yeah, well, everybody's frozen, please. No, I'm going to need to beat this thing, aren't I? Absolutely. All right. Well, got another mini boss to go. But hey, with the whole thing where I can kind of dodge around enemies a little bit better, I'm not really dodging around enemies. I'm actually realizing these characters are going right through the walls. Hey, would taking the revive be a good idea? Maybe it would. Actually, I feel like maybe I did not take nearly enough weapons as I probably should at this point in time. Oh no. Well, you know what? I am gonna just kind of leave for one moment, and I'll come back and we'll have the proper fight that unlocking this character deserves. But as it is, get me out of here. It's not looking great. All right. Oh, like actual area. Like it's like an entire little sub area inside of this. I mean, it is. Oh, chest. Do I want to even try for it? I still want to unlock a character. It's just, you know, I do not think I have the ability to fight anything right now. Oh, give me something good. Give me some sort of good. Well, I need something that's synergized. I need some form of synergy. Yeah, Rune Tracer, probably a good idea. Also, the whole bouncing around should work out very well here when you have these very like closed areas. Even just going into like a small hallway should be able to get me a lot more DPS than like many other weapons. Yeah, like this should work. Gold Fever ain't really going to be doing too much good for me, but considering that I'm no longer, like I said, taking down enemies within seconds of appearing on screen, I think this is parking myself here. Definitely a good idea. I was sort of wondering how exactly a DLC is going to work for this, because of course, Vampire Survivors, pretty simple game. And I'm not going to take Victory Sword. Of course, that's the obvious one. Has Retaliate. I already have Divine Bloodline and everything, but let's at least... Yeah, you know what? I'll take extra health. Let's not take the most overpowered thing immediately. Look, I 100%ed the game. I got all the most overpowered stuff. But yeah, I was kind of wondering, it's just like, what is going to be like the new thing for the DLC? Like having a bit more of like an actual like layout. It's funny to think that it's like, how is this game going to innovate? What if we put an actual layout rather than just a big field as a map? I love this game. I love this incredibly silly yet somehow it still works game. All right. It's the perfect sort of thing in between making a bunch of spreadsheets and like trying to do a whole ton of math in Satisfactory. All right, and I'm noticing right now that everything is like oh yeah, it goes right through the walls. Nice. Everything's getting stuck on the walls here, so hey, my perfect opportunity to get Garlic to just go through the walls regardless. I mean, whatever works, right? Oh, wait a second. Having a mirror match right now. Maybe not rest on my laurels, which is not an item I even have right now. Just yet. Alright, as much as I would love to get the bird, I also know that there's no way. Much like the guns, it's like those things are just way too difficult to actually get working for you most of the time. So, just gonna instead make my way over here. Yeah, Rune Trace for right now. That's a good choice. I'm starting to take some real big boy big damage. However, this should give me more than a few. Reroll. What else you got? You know what? This is with Divine Bloodline, with the entire gimmick of the oh yeah, I'll take this, of course. With a Divine Bloodline, with the entire gimmick of the character, this might actually be the point in time. Go get into a big open area, let enemies run into me. Because I'm currently looking at 191 for health. I can probably get that up and over at least like 200, 250 before things start to get very bad. Maybe. Although actually with a Rune Tracer and everything, it's going okay. I actually just realized right now, am I at the limit for accessories? Because maybe I'm going to start making my way around the map to grab all the ones that are sitting around. One more. What to take, though? What do I want to take? You know, in some ways I'm kind of surprised that I have not gotten, yeah. That seems like a good take, too. But in some ways, I'm kind of surprised that I haven't just gotten attacked by the mini-boss earlier. Somehow I am making this work. I'll take it. But I'm also not going to lie. I am still slightly worried about going back to fight it eventually. I mean, obviously, I can't just open up the coffin. No. It's sealed by some sort of ancient evil, which is to say that thing that I was fighting. That's how that works. There we go. I'm not using as many revives as I thought I might have ended up needing. But yeah, as for right now, I suppose I didn't necessarily need the heart because there's already another heart on here. Everything else, though, working pretty well. All right, come on. Run into me. We got an entire gimmick based around that. Should be able to make that work, right? That's at least what I'm thinking for right now. I'm somehow still able to survive just fine regardless, though. I mean, the secret characters usually tend to be a little bit more powerful, which is why I think it might be interesting. to take out, you know, the die in one hit characters. Sure, you might get some pretty powerful stuff with them. The birds. I'm talking about the birds, of course. But still, you know what? I am going to go grab you right now. This should be a big boon for this round. I'm going to take the wings. I'm going to take the wings. I want fast move. I'm not going to lie. It's not an optimal sort of way to play, but it is what I want. Yeah, I knew I was just going to get a ton of stuff right now. All right. There we go. Five rings on top of that. I think I'm looking pretty good. So, I do still have quite a bit of health that is unfilled right now. Now I don't. Now I'm fine. Okay, great. More movement speed. Now then, I guess what I'm going to do... Let's see if I can go grab the sword. See what that even does. I'm sure it's got some sort of synergy with something, so I'm going to have to look for that eventually. But it might be an item that I even have yet to unlock right now. Oh, also, I didn't even look. Is this a 30-minute map or a 15-minute map? Because that might be an issue. Get out of the way. I mean, I guess good experience, and they don't actually move. Something to consider in the future. But for right now, I actually have to go find my way up this cliff. I think I'm just going to have to go for the mini-boss because I might... If this is a 15-minute map, well, we're getting pretty close to the end right now, right? So I might as well try and get the unlocks that I possibly can. And then, oh boy. Yeah, geez. Can I just kind of maneuver around? I think unlike the mini-boss, that one's probably going to be chasing me around for ever. Although, we've already learned the effectiveness of this sort of thing. Some enemies can move through walls. Not all enemies can move through walls. Seems like I mean, I do know that it's like they have... there's always special enemies. It's like there's like, you know, your super special end of... Well, I mean, I should also probably be more careful here in terms of... Like, let's go with this thing. Have they changed the randomazzo to be... Sure. Have they changed the randomazzo to be a little bit more... It's something where you need to beat like a character. Well, regardless, with the area should do me a lot of good for the garlic, which is sort of what I'm planning right now. I'm already level 40. Okay. Now things are starting to get I'm starting to get worried. This is again like the point in time where sometimes the best idea is just to stand still, right? And there we go. Just let the Rune Tracer do its work and not take the bracelet, because the bracelet's kind of bad. Not gonna lie, the bracelet's not great. There we go. I think what I did was I got the stored up experience, you know, all the stuff that was off screen that I wasn't grabbing earlier. That'll work for me. Now come on. I guess I beat the mini-boss at some point in time. Maybe that was that chest. Thank you, Scoragione. But the vampire's in another coffin. What do we got? All right. The character that I'm guessing named after, pretty explicitly after the area that I'm currently in. All right. So, see how that character works then. You can see it from coffins, not usually as powerful as the ones that you get from, like secrets, for example. The secret ones are just obviously, you know, like super wacky. Not always, but often. All right. So I don't got to worry about like using Smith 4 just yet. Or do I? I don't know. I'm still considering maybe at least giving that a try at some point in time. Well, at this point in time, I have actually been recording for a decent amount of time. And it took him, you're supposed to doing two runs of the, doing two individual runs of the tiny bridge probably will do that for you, right? You know, it's only like a 15-minute map. I mean, dying stupidly. And it is my fault, of course. Was maybe cause of that. Just something to think about. Maybe. I don't know. Jury's still out, really. Alright. At least these characters are going down pretty easy, so... maneuver my way around here, see if I can't find something else. If I'm not about to get killed in about, let's say 3, 2, 1. No, it is a half hour. Okay. That means I at least got some time here before we call it. Should have looked for that before I started this, but whatever. I want to jump in already. All right, what do we got? That is Synergy. There we go. Holy bomb. Fires with no delay. Which is like still not really that good because it only fires one projectile. If it pierces through anything like the you go inside the cave. Oh, there's like several different areas in. This is actually probably not a bad place for like Rune Tracer to work here too. Not a bad strategy. Mostly. I'm not gonna lie. The other characters that were kind of making their way towards me, filling me with enough hesitancy to try and make that dumb idea work. Oh, is the sword at the top of the mountain? Probably is, right? Thematic sort of thing. Of course, like Mad Groove, I'm sure is just stupid overpowered for this entire area, as it tends to be in other areas too. Okay. Well, I do have Divine Bloodline. Maybe I'll just kind of like let that do some work. Although, is it right here? The sword seems very close. Is this like literally a maze? This might literally, I think this is literally a maze. Okay, please. I have the retaliatory stuff. You have to, you can't kill me. That's how that works. If I have the retaliatory, okay, no, they're walking through the walls. Unfortunately, you know, unlike the enemies that can like fly or are elemental type of creatures, it's just like, oh no, these regular dudes can just walk through the walls, no problem. Don't even worry about it. It's going. There it's going though. Alright. I did take a couple extra revives just in case the literal sort of thing happened that is currently happening right now. After all, I do get retaliatory stuff, and at this point in time, I do have enough levels. Every 7 levels, it said. I should be able to retaliate quite well, as you can see from the just sheer amount of lightning that sparks off of me as soon as I get hit. Okay, here it is. I don't know why. I don't know why that. I don't know what it is. It's a very famous drawing, but it caught me. There's a very famous picture of what is happening. Of this exact I can't remember its name. I'm trying to think of what the name is. The giant skeleton. But it took me off guard when I saw it. That's what I'm trying to say. I wonder if that thing appears in the bone zone. Who knows? Oh my god. I'm just gonna grab this right now. Might steal hearts. Dangerous cursed weapon. Retaliate. I mean, it does retaliate. He's not looking. I mean, cursed also says that this is going to be, you know, the sort of thing where I am not going to be able to get out of here, am I? Let's hope for the best. just gonna park myself right here. Hope for the best. Cursed weapon says that might be an issue, given that I already, I'm already starting to struggle with some of the enemies in here. A cursed weapon might end with me getting enemies becoming way too tanky for me to actually take out in any reasonable amount of time. 406 max health though, and extra revives. I'm looking pretty good. good enough to survive the full 30 minutes. I don't know. I'm gonna stop moving out of here. I'm already taking a lot of damage as it is. I saw that chest fly in from the left there. Whatever works. I was gonna try to at least beat the mini boss here, if nothing else. No surprise that they got everything like already, you know, being guarded. There's one more projectile. Okay. How does this work? Is this sort of like the victory sword? No surprise they got everything guarded by mini bosses. It was already a thing, sort of. Yeah, being still is not working. My cool strategy is slowly running out of steam, as it turns out. That said, what else do I even want? A duplicator ring. I should go for the duplicator ring. Look, I think that might be a pretty big boon for this run, given that my character is entirely based around... is partially based around having the ring here. I think I might have beaten the cool skeleton. That said, it's not like it was too much of a threat to begin with, so I don't know. Where's the duplicator ring? I feel like I should have already seen it at this point in time. Man, it's starting to kind of like not look too great here. Now, is it? Because like even if I revive, what am I gonna do? The retaliation, of course, is like look at it go, look at it go. It's taking out everything's great, and I am getting a little bit of extra health from that. Not enough to like be healed. I mean, I do have. Okay, got the heart. Okay. What do I do? Do I just take the... Do I just, like, run in here, try and hope the retaliation works? Where's the ring? I feel like I missed the ring. It's over there somewhere. I'm gonna make a run for it. It's not a good idea, but it is what I'm doing. Nice, nice. I got even another ring there, too. And there goes one. I do have the tiramisu, so I can revive 2 more times. Okay, well, let's see how this goes. Also another chest over here somewhere. Where is it? It's up to the left. Can't believe that there's like actually a maze or something here. There it is. I can see it right there. I can see it right there, but how am I going to get to it? I'm in a cave right now. This is not looking good. Okay. Just... start moving, right? Start moving. I have extra movement speed and everything. I deal damage. Really. More of these guys. And by more of these guys, I mean maybe it's the same one. It's kind of impossible to say. How am I going to do this? And I'm dead. Okay. I have 1 more revival, so let's make this one good. Can I at least get my cool ring before I die? Just a question. No, I don't think so. Ah! I'm gonna get stuck on the... Oh my god. Oh my god. Please, 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 please. Give me the night sword. Alright, well. And now here's the point where we hope for the best. Unless... Game Killer is an interesting choice. Do it. Oh, and also, there we go. The Thunder Loop too. Okay, now I'm not going to be able to gain any more experience, but look at it go, baby! This is what I'm looking for. This is the sort of thing that can result in a, like, huge, you know, self-sustaining sort of cycle of death here, if I do it right. Because Game Killer does a lot of damage, and, well, with, but +1 revive remaining. It might be the sort of thing that actually saves me here. That combined with, like, retaliation, that's a lot of DPS is what I'm trying to say here. Tiny area, lock myself right in, try and grab as much of the experience as possible. Occasional chests to give me, yeah, there we go, no future. Sounds good. Doing a lot of extra DPS even on top of that. It's like, oh yeah, this is where the good Vampire Survivor starts and ends. The Game Killer. I gotta still survive 8 more minutes. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. I'm gonna try my best. I gotta keep collecting experience though. If I don't do that, that's not going to work out super good. I'll say it right now. You know, it's like, if I max... I mean, I see there's a chest over there. If I max out all of my stuff, I might be able to, against all odds, just get, like, you know, big chicken every time or whatever it is. And that would be lovely. Oh, yeah, it's looking progressively more difficult. But I have almost 500 health now. I am doing actually kind of okay. I have a sliver of health. I have been on the sliver of health for a very long time, and yet, I was going to say I've been surviving. I got one, that's my last revive. If I can't do it here, it's done. Where's that chest? Where's that chest? Where's the experience? God, if only I had, like, a tracked orb or something, but there isn't a tracked orb on the map. I don't know where it is, though. Because that's the sort of thing that would allow me to, of course... Oh, and I'm losing health pretty rapidly, too. There, give me something good. Good enough. No, not really good enough. I'm not gonna lie, that's not really good enough. Okay, I'll park myself in a corner and hope for the best. No, this is not working. Come on, baby! Game killer, I need you. I mean, you're doing pretty good so far. I'm just saying. It's like, but just like a little bit more. Little bit more. That's all I need. As I continue to progressively, but still somewhat successfully do this. It's all game killer, baby. There's no question that this is the only thing that's the only reason I am surviving right now. Like trying to barrel my way through enemies and hope that I can get enough experience being shot backwards to actually make this work is the only thing that is having me survive this right now. Okay, make my way out. See what else I can go and get here. Ah! Wait a second, this isn't even a real place! It's like a fake... Oh, cool. This is like a fake, thing. That's words. I can't exit from here. Okay, there we go. I said it. Oh, run right next to it. Come on. Okay, there's that. Actually managed to get down the mini boss, so that's pretty pogtastic. Base damage up by 5. Oh, they should have probably seen what the other thing did. Okay, here's the exit. All right, well, a little bit larger area. Maybe that'll make this work a little slightly better. Maybe. More promises. Okay, and now I can't get through there either. Ah, this place is a maze! Obviously. But I'm actually kind of making it work. I think like this enemy spawning has slowed down because these are like extra tough enemies. However, extra tough enemies mean nothing when it comes to... Okay, well, no. When it comes to game killer, which, you know... I mean, I took as my secret weapon here for good reason. Took as my last-ditch effort for no reason. Yeah, I say this as if like, oh, yeah, this is all planned. It's working. I'm not gonna lie. It is working, and I do have enough room to actually survive it. Yes! That's the sort of thing that I need right now. Okay. I'm gonna find like even like 2 more floor chicken, I'd probably be at full health and actually able to survive this entire thing. Really coming down to it though. I get like another random hot, so maybe I'll try to go find the extra revives at this rate. Is sort of what I'm thinking. This is like actually working. These things are at least like susceptible enough to knock back and everything to make this a functional run. If not a very good run. Alright. 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 Should also be able to get another chest coming up here too soon too. Where's that attract door? God, that would work really well in this build right now. What with the fact that the only thing that... I'm actually nearly at full health. Wow. Still down till revives, but you know, I don't know. Now, if the whole like cursed part of this cursed sword comes up, things are gonna be bad, real bad. But for right now, it's going. It's actually like kind of working. I'm honestly surprised. You know what? Let's get in here. Get in here, start taking these things out. Shoot off all my experience as cool. Got 2 minutes left. But this is the sort of point in time where they're actually like throwing out the really big stuff. So it's not going good. But actually Game Killer's doing a good job here. Now where was the attractor? See, it's like up there. I'm gonna run through here fast enough. Maybe I can survive. I think I might. I think I'm actually gonna do this. Yeah, baby. There's the goofy skeleton. I think I'm gonna do it. Wow. Who could have guessed? What I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna stand still, just purely because I'll be able to get like a ton of experience kind of around me. And then by doing that, I can go and grab it when, in about 2 seconds, the waves start to get super difficult. And then I can very, very barely just get a single win here, which was kind of amazingly close, all things considered. You know what? There's a point in time. Let's take out that bag of bones. Because this should do it. I'll take that too for, you know, good measure. What the hell? Oh my god, my computer! Ah! Okay, I'm alive. I did not even entirely sure what happened there, but I am in fact alive. Oh yeah, this is when this is the sort of thing that I should have saved up all the experience gems for, which I still do have quite a few here. So let's just do that right now. Also, real quick, anything else of interest? Sure. That would have been a little bit nicer to have far earlier, but I guess better late than never. Oh, and there we go. 30 minutes. Wow. Can you believe it? Can you believe that I actually managed to get a win there? Oh, wow. That is surprising. So I'm curious. Yeah, Game Killer did the most damage there, of course. And in fact, like all the lightning rings that I had barely did anymore. And sort of like the garlic. Well, yeah, the garlic, it's like worthless. It's like Game Killer, the real MVP. Though Bloody Tear did 10k. Okay, never mind. Yeah, it's like the lightning ring. Yeah, it was really Game Killer there. One real clutch Game Killer is what ended up actually getting me all of the ended up with that being a win. Ridiculous. That is utterly ridiculous. Well, hey, I did it. Steals hearts. Don't know what that means. Well, also entirely recovery also multiplies all healing sources. Ooh. All right. Well, that is going to be something to check out next time, though, as yeah, still got a ton more stuff to do here.